Hello everyone, welcome. It's Emma here. Thank you for joining me. Today, this is a short practice to look at 5 poses that can help us to get the body ready to practice extended side angle. Utthita Parsvakonasana. So Utthita, extended, Parsva, side, flank, Kona, angle, asana, posture. Utthita Parsvakonasana. So these 5 poses are going to help us to really get stable in the feet and have a strong connection to the mat and the ground. They're going to help us to start to open up into the side of the body and to start up into the shoulder elevators. So this pose is one that I really love practicing and I love teaching it, which is not always the case. And what I really like about it myself is the sense of connection. So that's why this is a really strong pose featuring in our grounding and transitions theme, because it helps you need to be stable in your feet. You can also create a lot of energy all the way through the side of your body. And the side of the body and the lateral flexion into the spine is a directional movement that in everyday life we don't take that much, when we spend a lot of time folding the spine forward and quite a bit of twisting, and possibly not enough time going back into the side. So this will really help us to get into the side of the body, to open up the rib cage, and that's got to help us to expand our breath capacity. And loads of other benefits of this pose. So 5 poses. As always, I have bent the rules slightly, so there's going to be 5 poses to get there. Then we'll do extended side angle, and then we'll do a couple of poses just to calm the nervous system and slow down the practice. Things you might need. You don't need anything to do the practice, but you may want to have something for under your knees for the first pose, and you may want to have some of these blocks, the brick blocks, when I show you a variation of side angle. Okay, so let's get started straight away. Pose number 1, gate pose. So we start kneeling. So I'm going to kneel, put my old lady knees on this blanket. I'm going to step the right foot out to the side. So you can either keep your heel in line with your knee and your foot facing forward, or I'm not going to do this. You could turn your leg out so your foot is pointing away from you. You're going to pop your right hand onto your right thigh and inhale your arm overhead. So your palm is facing the right side. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, flex over to the right. So the stretch is here on the left. The spinal flexion is here on the right. So you can put gentle pressure onto the thigh or onto the calf, but not onto the knee. Yeah, so just a light touch. So reaching over, take deep breaths. You could look up, you could look down. So just be cautious with your neck here. A couple more deep breaths. Let's breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, and then gently bring your right knee back, and let's change. So line up the heels. Your foot is either going to face forward or it's going to turn out, yogi's choice. Hand onto the thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on over to the left. Spinal flexion here on the left side, big stretch, right side. So remember, gentle pressure somewhere, but not on the knee. And look up or down. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, bring your hands down, bring your left knee in, and then curl your toes. We're going to come up to standing for our second pose. Okay, so I'm going to practice tree pose. So I want you to stand in mountain, and we're going to, with the hands, we're going to take them overhead with the palms facing each other. But let's sort the legs out first. Bring your weight to the right foot, come onto your left toes, and then either turn out, so extend, start again, Emma. Externally rotate your hip and bring your foot either to your shin or get hold and bring it higher up your leg. When you're ready and you feel stable, take your arms overhead. So I want you to really push down into your right foot and to create length through the spine, but without drawing your shoulders up towards your ears. I want you to draw in your belly on an exhalation. So you engage Uddiyana Bandha. Let's have a few more breaths. I want you to keep your arms up. Inhale your knee forward and release. Then exhale your arms down. Then we'll change. So weight to the left, onto the right toes. Turn out your right foot and your right leg bone. So come to the same place that you were on the other side. Feel stable in your foot. So really spread out your toes. Ground down. So it's going to help to stabilize our ankles. Finding our balance. Reach your arms overhead. Settle your shoulders, draw your navel in towards your spine on an exhalation. Feel that lovely connection to the mat. So rooting down, rising up is really going to help you to find some lightness and balance in the pose. Inhale, bring your knee forward. Exhale, release, and release your arms to the side. Okay, next pose, triangle pose. Let's step out about 1 meter, 3 feet wide. You might want to have a block to practice your triangle. Arms to shoulder height, turn your palms forward, and then turn your left foot to 12 o'clock. And you can either leave your right foot where it is or slightly draw the toes in, or as much as 45 degrees. And then we want to keep the legs engaged and strong in the quadriceps. On an inhalation, reach forward from your hips. So reach as far as you can. And then windmill your hands. Take your right hand down and your left arm up. So this is where you could have your hand onto a block. And then over time, you may drop that down. And what I want you to think about here is drawing back through your left hip and turning your left rib cage up. Depending on your neck, you will look either down or you'll look up. And then to come up, push your feet down, breathe in, come all the way up, and then we'll change. So if you're using the block, bring it with you. So left foot to 12 o'clock, right toes slightly in, arms at shoulder height, palms forward. Inhale to reach forward, keeping both thighs engaged, reach as far as you can, and then drop down either to the floor, your ankle, your shin, anywhere along that leg, and draw open through your right shoulder, your right rib cage, reaching up, strong in your legs, root down, so your foundation, so important. And then push down, breathe in to come up, feet to parallel, and then either step or jump your feet together. Okay, now we'll practice Warrior Two. So Warrior Two is a really important position to practice on our way to side angle because the legs are the same. So let's step out wider than our triangle, about 5 feet, 1.5 meters wide perhaps, and bring your arms to shoulder height, and then we'll turn the right foot to the right, 12 o'clock, and left toes in. Take an inhalation, keep your shoulders over your hips as you bend your front knee. So you want to try and bring the front knee over the front ankle and take the widest step that feels comfortable. Push down strongly into your back foot, so engage all the way along the back leg. So really strong into both thighs, hips face forward, shoulders over hips, arms to shoulder height, and then the last thing, we look at the middle finger of the right hand and settle your shoulders away from your ears. Find the balance between effort and ease. Now let's breathe in and change. Draw the back foot in. Left foot to 20 20 o'clock. Inhale, 12 o'clock. Exhale, bend your front knee. Over the ankle if you can. Strong back leg, shoulders release, belly in, gaze forward. Remember, this same foundation is going to be your setup in side angle. And then breathe in. Straighten into your left leg, feet to parallel. And we're going to practice number 4, or is it 5? 5, wide leg forward fold. So, feet to parallel, or slightly bring your toes in. Engage into your belly, so lightly draw your navel to the spine. Hands to the hips, we're going to do variation A. Inhale and lift your chest. Exhale, hinge at your hips and come halfway. Keep your shoulders gently pulling back, your navel drawing up and in. And then maybe on another exhalation, you come down and bring your hands shoulder width on the floor or the mat. Keep your elbows in and take a half lift, gaze forward. As you exhale, bend your elbows and come down more, perhaps. And maybe walk your hands back in line with your heels. Keep your elbows drawing in if you've walked your hands back. And bring the weight forward into the fronts of your feet, but without letting your heels come up off the mat. With every exhale, you might come a little deeper in. Keep a distance between your shoulders and your ears. If you feel that you're pushing back into your knees, micro bend. So we don't want to push back beyond 180 degrees. If you're hypermobile, just be sensitive to that. And then to come out on an exhalation, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, and come all the way back up to the top. And let's step the feet together. Okay, so now we're ready to practice extended side angle. So remember, it's going to be warrior 2 legs, and then the action that we took to sweep up the arms in gate and in tree with the top arm. Okay, so let's start in mountain, in the middle of the mat. Step out wide and set up your warrior 2 legs. So bring your arms to shoulder height, turn your right foot, 12 o'clock, left toes in, inhale and exhale to bend. I forgot to bring my block with me. Okay, so strong legs. And then we're going to gently drop the wrist or the forearm just above the knee and sweep the left arm under and up. This connection is not all about sending the energy into the arm. It's just a light touch. And then think about turning your rib cage. So I want this arm to be nice and straight, the palm facing down. Maybe you turn your ribs. You could look up to your left hand. You could look down to your right foot. Keep grounding down through your back foot. And optionally, you could take your hand to the floor, inside or outside your foot, and reach up, or in the longer line. And over time, you can work down closer to the mat. Inhale, let's come back up, warrior 2. Change your feet. Bring your block with you if you have one. Rearrange your feet if you need to. Inhale, exhale, bend the front knee, knee over ankle, strong back leg, shoulders over the hips, drop down the forearm and sweep the right arm under and up. Turn your rib cage as you come up, strong back leg, look down, up, or somewhere in between. And then if you would like to, the block can be inside or outside your foot. But don't use it as an opportunity to let go of the strong, stable foundation at the back. From here, back to warrior 2. Inhale, come back to your wide pressarita step, and then step your feet together and your arms together. And exhale, 5 steps to extended side angle. Okay, come down onto your mat we'll let the energy settle with 2 final poses. So sit in Dandasana, legs away, and bring in your right knee. Drop it to the mat and support under your knee if you need to. If this feels too much for your knee, take your foot lower down your shin. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. So hinge at the hips and let your hands fall wherever they land. Could be on your knee, your shin, on the floor. Lift your chest, inhale. As you exhale, come a little further down. And then inhale, bring yourself up, bring your knee up, and let's cross the foot outside left knee for a twist. Feel free to bend the bottom knee if you want to. Lift up your right hand and bring it behind you. Hold onto your right knee with left hand and lengthen on an in-breath. As you breathe out, twist to the right. So once you've twisted, keep lengthening on every inhale, and it's optional whether you want to twist more or not. You can stay where you landed the first time, or you can choose to deepen your twist each time you breathe out. And come back to the center. Let's change. So return with control to Dandasana. Bring up your left knee and then rotate the leg out and reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Reach forward from your hips and let your hands land wherever they fall. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out, fold down. Take some deep breaths. You can either look at your toes or your knee. Try and keep your back long. You don't need to round here. No particular achievement required. Just connecting with your breath, slowing everything down really. Using these poses, semi-restorative. Okay, inhale, bring yourself up. And bring your knee in. Cross your foot outside the left knee. Can you hear that? That's a taxi. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hand behind you. Hold onto your left knee with right hand. Breathe in. As you breathe out, twisting. Remember, you don't have to deepen the twist if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. And then breathe in and come back to center. From here, I'm just going to come back into a seated pose. So there you go, 5 poses that you can incorporate into your practice to help you to practice extended side angle. If you have more time, it would be really good to integrate more sun salutations, and you could add some more standing poses. The more the merrier really before you came to your side angle. And then you could also add in some extra poses after to bring you down in a more, in a longer and perhaps more, just in a longer way. If you have any questions, please send us a message on our Facebook page or via Instagram or email us, and we can help you some more. Namaste. Thank you.